let's just come into a nice easy seat. And place your hands on top of your knees. Begin to ground down through your sits bones. And just close your eyes. In fact, take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, allow your eyes to rest closed. Soften the eyelids. And begin to connect to the breath. So at first, just experiencing the ebb and flow of the natural breath. And then the mechanics of the breath on the body, how the chest rises and falls. Rib cage opens and closes. And belly inflates and deflates. And then slowly start to lengthen that breath. Just imagine the lungs. Just imagine filling up the lungs completely and emptying out the lungs completely. So fully expanding the lungs and then allowing the lungs to contract. Just begin to relax the shoulders away from your ears. Even separate the bottom teeth from the top teeth. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. And just begin to relax all the facial muscles. And imagine as you inhale that you can lift up and lengthen through the spine. And then as you exhale, you can just relax all of the surrounding muscles that surround the spine. So the only thing that's staying really tall and engaged is the spine as you lift through the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, just allow everything to relax. And sometimes that takes a little while. Sometimes we think that we're sitting in a relaxed state, and then we begin to let go of the legs, the hips, maybe the space between your eyebrows. Just trying to find that softness within the body, because this is the way we want to move through our practice. Soft and open, no rigidity. So in order to really expand and contract the lungs, we'll do a 3-part breath. That will ensure that we're using the lungs to their fullest capacity. So once you take an inhale through your nose, and as you exhale, exhale through the mouth, and then seal your lips closed and inhale. Start by filling up the belly first. So seal your lips closed, inhale, fill up the belly. Once you fill up the belly, move up into the rib cage. And then once you fill up the rib cage, move right up into the chest. Feel the breath breathe by the throat, and then hold the breath in for a moment and relax your upper body. And then as you exhale, slowly let the breath leave the chest first, so reverse it. Then the rib cage. And then the belly. Draw your navel to the spine and try to push out every last breath you have inside of you. And then pause at the end of that exhale. And relax there. And again, inhale, fill up the belly first. Slow down the breath, make it nice and slow, like you're moving in slow motion. Move your way up to the rib cage and then up into the chest. Once you reach the top of that inhale, hold the breath. Relax the shoulders. And now sip in just a little bit more. And hold it. And now exhale it nice and slow. With control, empty out the chest first. Empty out the rib cage. Empty out the belly. Draw your navel to your spine. Push out every last breath you have inside of you. And then hold that breath out. And now push out just a little bit more. Hold it. Inhale, fill up the belly. Fill up the rib cage. Fill up the chest. Pause at the top of that inhale. Hold on to that breath. Sip in a little bit more. Hold it. Sip in a little bit more. Hold it. With control, empty out starting with the chest, then the rib cage, then the belly. Draw the navel to the spine. Push out every last breath you have inside of you, and then hold that breath out. And now push out a little bit more. Good. And now a little bit more. Good. Hold it. Last time. Inhale, fill up the belly, the rib cage, the chest. Pause at the top of the inhale and hold it. Take in a little bit more. Hold it. Sip in a little bit more. Hold it. Relax the shoulders. And as you exhale, slowly allow the breath to leave the body nice and slow, emptying out the chest, the rib cage, the belly, draw the navel to the spine, push out every last breath you have inside of you. And when you feel as though you've pushed out every last breath, try to push out a little bit more. Good. And now take a nice deep inhale through your nose and exhale out through the mouth, let it all go. Good. Now begin to start to cultivate the Ujjayi breath by drawing the breath in from the back of the throat. And it helps to take the tongue and press it up against the roof of the mouth. And you want to think about pulling the breath from the back of the throat as you inhale, and then pushing it out from the back of the throat as you exhale. So this becomes a loud, audible breath. And I want you to begin to meditate on the sound of that breath. And focus today through this practice on staying with that breath. So the minute you lose the sound of that breath, you want to know that you need to go back and tap back into it. This is the breath you want to try to create and attach to every movement that you make. Okay, so let's begin to work on that. And that's a practice within itself, right? That we practice and we have to remind ourselves to do. And then after a while, it becomes natural. You don't even have to think about it. So on your next inhale, just lift your rib cage up out of your waist slowly, then your heart up towards the sky, and then lift up through the crown of the head, and then widen through the back of your skull as you press your skull back towards the back of the neck. As you exhale, relax the shoulders and all of the surrounding muscles. Good. As you inhale, lift up through the crown of the head, and as you exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Full exhale. Let the head go, let it be heavy. Good. And then when you begin to inhale, begin to lift the head, lift the gaze, lift up to the crown of the head, lift the heart, lift the chin, drop the head back. So if you have issues with your neck, just don't drop the head back. Always protect the neck. Good. As you exhale, draw your chin back down to your chest, release your head, let it go. As you inhale, lift the head, lift the gaze, lift the heart, lift the chin, drop the head back. And then as you exhale, let the head go, let the chin fall down to the chest, let the head be heavy. And notice how you feel on each side of the cervical spine today. One side may be tighter than the other. Inhale, take your gaze right back to center. Head is in a neutral position. And as you exhale, turn your head over your right shoulder as far as you can go. And then as you inhale, float the head back to center. So you're going to have to move the head a little slower in order to time it with the breath. As you exhale, turn the head over the left shoulder, and you can hold it there and keep turning the head as you exhale until you end that exhale. And then as you inhale, bring the head back to center slowly. And maybe when you arrive, you're still inhaling, lift up through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, turn your head over your right shoulder. Good. And then inhale, bring the head back to center. Hold it there, lift up to the crown of the head, grow tall in the spine. As you exhale, drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Take your right hand, place it on the left side of your head, and just rest it there. Don't pull on the head. Just rest it there. Just let the weight of the arm, the hand, just to deepen that stretch up the left side of the neck. And then take your left arm and reach it out, down towards the floor, but out, extending that arm fully. And then think about that left shoulder. Just take it and press it down towards the floor, opening up the left side of the neck. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale, one more breath. And exhale, relax. Good. Take your left hand, place it on top of that left knee. Slide that right hand to the outside of the head and assist on bringing that head back to center. Hold it there, relax. Lift up through the crown of the head again. And as you exhale, drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Take your left hand, place it on the right side of your head and rest it there. Right arm reaches out to the side, lengthening through the right side of the body. And then take that right shoulder and just press it down towards the floor. You're going to feel that change in the neck. Be gentle. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Relax. Good. Slide that hand to the outside of the head, left side of the head. Bring the head back to center. Rest the right hand down. Left hand lowers back down on top of your knee. Settle in. Take notice of how you feel. Just for a moment, always checking in and taking that pause. Just keeping the body and the mind quiet and still. Just take your hands and slide them to the floor alongside of your hips. Arms are fully extended, fingertips are resting. Now think about the shoulders. Roll them forward and then up towards your ears. And then draw them back towards the wall behind you and then drop them down. Take the shoulders forward, up towards your ears. Draw them back and down. Draw them forward, up towards your ears. Roll them back and down. And now just reverse that direction. So take them back, opening up the shoulders and the chest and the front body. Take the shoulders up, forward, and down, and back, and up, and forward, and down. One more time. Inhale, open the front body, lift the shoulders. Exhale, draw the shoulders forward and down. Good, rest there. Rest the fingertips onto the floor. And then take your fingertips and place them on the shoulders, just cupping your shoulders with your fingertips. And now think about your elbows and take the elbows up and back and down. Nice big circles with the shoulders. Relax into the body. Inhale as you draw them forward and up. Exhale as you reach them back and down. Inhale. And exhale, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhale. Exhale, draw the shoulders back. Elbows back. Good. Inhale, forward, up, back, and down. And then reverse that. Take the elbows back and up and forward and down. Good. Inhale, open, up, back, and down. And inhale. And exhale. Just one more time. Inhale, open up the chest and the front of the shoulders. Exhale as you open up the back body. Good. Release your fingertips to the floor. So I want you to swing your arms around in a circle. I want you to relax your arms and let them be very limber, okay? So inhale, arms up, back and down, and up, back and down. So inhale, up, exhale, back and down, inhale, up, exhale, back and down. One more time, inhale, up, exhale, back and down, and now reverse that. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale as you open up the front body. Exhale as you close it up. Inhale and exhale. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. Rest your fingertips alongside of your body. Just hold it there and just take notice of the circulation that you feel flowing through your body. Always taking notice of the subtle sensations that you feel, changes as you move through the body. Leave your left fingertips on the floor. Take your right arm and reach it up and over your head. So start to reach through the right fingertips as you begin to lengthen through the right side of the body. Start to ground down through that right sit bone as you start to lengthen. As you exhale, allow that hand to walk across the ceiling towards that left wall. Good, and start to open up. So start to feel the waist stretching, the rib cage, the shoulder, even the tricep on that arm, the right arm. Good, and try to keep that right hip connected. So press down into that left hand that's on the mat and reconnect your right hip. So feel that real like shape, sea-like shape effect happening with the body, and then really reach across the room with that right arm. Good. And then allow the breath to lift you. Let the inhale lift you just gently and slightly. And then as you exhale, just lower yourself back down into a deeper stretch on the right side, but be gentle. So inhale and exhale. And you can even walk that left hand out if you need to. Good. Inhale. And some of us, our level of flexibility is so much so that we can lower down right onto that forearm, right? But don't do that if you're, just yet. Let the body warm up. Unless it easily happens for you. Inhale and exhale. Good. Just one more time. Inhale and exhale. Hold it there. Press into the left hand. Reconnect that right hip. So press it down and then reach through your fingertips. Go for that deeper stretch. Make sure that right shoulder's open, drawing back towards the back of the room and the right side of the chest. Good. And then bend that left elbow. Press into that left hand. Bring yourself back to center when you're ready. And lower that right arm down. Notice how you feel on that right side. And then lift the left arm up. Press into the left sits bones. Grow tall through the left side of the body first. Feel that connection of that left hip grounding and rooting down as you reach up, and then take that arm over. So I always try to think about keeping that arm in line with the ear, right? Just to know that you're opening up the shoulder and then the chest on that side. Good. And then once you arrive there, maybe walk that hand out a little further, and then maybe press into that hand, reconnect that left hip. Good. And then lift and lower with the breath. So as you exhale, melt the body down. And as you inhale, lift it. As you exhale, create softness, just lowering. Inhale, letting the body float back up. Exhale, lowering. Inhale, let the body float back up. Good. Exhale, lowering. Hold it here. Press into that right hand. Reconnect that left hip. So feel that. Feel that rib cage opening up a little bit more, the waist, and then reach through your fingertips. Reach, stretch. Maybe lower down a little bit more. Good. Now let's flow from one side to the other. So inhale, both arms up, lengthen through both sides. Exhale, right arm reaches towards the left wall, and then just reconnect that outside hip every time you arrive. Good. Inhale, come back up, lengthen. Exhale over to the right, reconnect the left hip. Inhale, come back up, lengthen through both sides. Exhale, right arm reaches towards the left wall. Reconnect the right hip. Inhale, rise and lengthen. Exhale, left arm reaches towards the right wall. Inhale. Exhale. Really connect to your breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good, let's hold it here. So let's open up in a little bit of a different way. So take your right arm and start to sweep it towards the front of the mat as you kind of forward fold and hover over the front of your mat with your torso. And then let your left arm follow. So reaching out through now both hands as you sweep over to the right. Place your right hand down on the mat and then start to take that left arm up and over your head and take your gaze along with it. And then just take that left arm and walk it back towards the back of the room. Open up that left shoulder, the left side of the chest. And then as you exhale, just relax and release the body as you sweep it across the front of your mat. Arms stay lifted, sweeping, and you can always take the fingertips to the floor if you choose to. And then right arm keeps going. Take that right arm, open up the right side of the chest, the right shoulder. Good. And then exhale as you float yourself across the front of the mat as gracefully and as softly as you can. Left arm keeps going. Reach that left arm back. Open up the left side of the chest, left shoulder. Good. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale, find your way there. Exhale. And inhale. Just one more time. Exhale. And inhale. Good. Bend that left elbow. Press into the floor with that left hand and bring yourself back up to center. And place your hands on top of your knees. So just take notice of how you feel. Keep the body soft and relaxed. Stay connected to the Ujjayi breath. Settle in. Relax the shoulders. Let's do a seated cat and cow. So just take your hands and grip the front of your knees. And as you exhale, draw your tailbone under, draw your navel back, your heart back, and drop your chin to your chest. So just relax the shoulders, let them roll forward. And as you inhale, using your hands as leverage, pull on the knees, draw your navel forward, your heart forward, and then lift up through the crown of the head, lengthen the spine. Exhale, round. Think about opening up the back of the spine as you draw your navel back, your heart back, your chin to your chest. And as you inhale, draw the belly forward, draw the heart forward, lift up through the heart center, the crown of the head. Exhale, round, open up the back of the spine. And I like to think about opening up the back of the spine and then opening up the front of the spine when I come into cow position. Belly, relax it forward. Good. Exhale, open up the back of the spine, creating flexion of the spine. And then inhale, creating length, but opening up the front of the spine. Feel that. Visualize it. Exhale. And inhale. Relax the shoulders. Exhale. Inhale. Lift the heart. Exhale. Draw the heart back into the back body. Feel the shoulder blades separate. Inhale. Lift the heart, relax the shoulders. Exhale. Good. This time, inhale, come into your cow position for just a moment. Push the belly forward, lift the heart, and then find a neutral spine. So draw the rib cage, squeeze the front of the rib cage, closed. Good. Lift up through the heart center, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then relax the shoulders down. Lift up through the crown of the head. Feel yourself sitting up nice and tall and rooting down into your sits bones. So feel grounded and feel supported from the earth beneath you. Good. Think about the rib cage. Let's do the rib cage. Create a circle with the rib cage. So push the rib cage forward to the right and back. So creating this spiral motion, right? Just hovering the rib cage over the top of your hips. And then feeling all those little skeletal muscles becoming engaged and helping and assisting in bringing you around in this circle. So maybe take your awareness to them. Take your awareness to the spine. Feel the spine also spiraling around. And then reverse that direction whenever you're ready. Just be soft with the body, not forcing anything, not being too aggressive. Just float the ribcage around. Let it feel really good. And then bring yourself into a neutral spine. Find your ribcage right there, stacked over top of the hips, and then lift up and grow tall. Good. And then just lean back and take the soles of your feet together in cobbler's pose. And, so be gentle with yourself. So if you want to take the feet and extend them out in front of you more into a star pose, that's fine. Or draw the feet towards the body. Take your hands, place them on top of your ankles, your shins if you're in star pose, just any way you can grab on. I'm going to take my hands to the top of my toes as I have my feet drawn into my body. As I lift up, pressing into the sits bones, growing really tall in my spine, I'm going to press my knees down towards the floor. And then as I exhale, I'm going to just relax the body. So gaze is forward, shoulders are relaxed. Nice tall spine. Inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. Press the knees down. Exhale, relax the body. Good. This time, we're going to press the knees down, lift up through the crown of the head, and then we're going to forward fold. So inhale, grow tall, press the knees down, and then draw yourself forward. So think about drawing the heart forward as you forward fold, and then release the left hand and reach it out way in front of you, and then reach the right hand out in front of you. So grounding down through your fingertips, take your gaze down at the floor. Let's think about lining your cervical spine up with the rest of the spine. And then as you inhale, feel grounded through your sits bones and reach the crown of your head forward. Feel your shoulders melt away from your ears. Good. And then take the rib cage around in a circle here. So creating that circle, maybe your circle might look or feel more like a square to you. That's okay. Sometimes we move through the body in a way that we never have before, so we feel a little awkward, maybe a little spastic, but don't worry. Just start to smooth out the corners of that square, creating more of a circle. And then reverse that direction whenever you're ready, just keeping the body super soft and relaxed. Maybe it's a really small circle, a really compact circle, and that's fine. So as you lower down, feel the stretch deepen in the lower back and your glutes, in the sacrum area. Good, and then lower the heart down, maybe get the forearms to relax onto the mat. Take your gaze down, just let the legs stretch, let the groin area stretch. Breathe into it, inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Good. Press into your hands, straighten out your arms, and then walk your hands back towards your body. Take your hands to the outsides of your knees and bring them back to center. Good. Hug your feet in towards your body. Bring your knees together, and then wrap your arms around your shins and grab a hold of opposite elbows. And then hug your torso towards your thighs towards your torso, and then drop your chin in between your knees and roll yourself up into a compact little ball. Breathe into the back body. Breathe into the back rib cage, the space between your shoulder blades. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Good. Lift your gaze. Release your hands. Take your legs straight out in front of you and flex your feet. And press the backs of your legs down into the mat and try to sit up nice and tall. And you might need to walk off your pelvis here, depending upon how tight you are in the lower back and how you sit regularly, most likely dumping into the low back. So lift up your left sit bone, lift it up off the mat and slide it back. And then do the same thing with the right. Lift it up, slide it back, and then keep going, sliding one back individually, one at a time. And you'll find yourself more on the front of those sits bones, and you'll come into a forward fold a lot easier that way. Press the backs of your legs down, flex your feet, hands on top of your shins, lift up to the crown of the head, and relax your shoulders. Good. And feel here where you're mostly tight. Maybe take a bend in the knees a little bit. If you're really pulling down on the lower back, always bend your knees to protect your back. If you have back issues, always bend your knees. Good. Pressing down into the backs of the legs, draw your toes toward your shins, lift up through the heart. Take your arms and sweep them out to the side and lift them up and over your head, and try to line your arms up with your ears. Palms facing one another. Spread your fingers out and reach through your fingers. Drop the shoulders down, shoulder blades down the back. Breathe, inhale. As you exhale, take your heart forward and take your hands and grab a hold of the tops of your feet, if you can. If not, grab a hold of a strap, place it on the bottom of your feet, hold on to the sides of the strap like so. Let the strap be the extension of your hands. Draw the toes towards your shin, lift up through the heart, relax your shoulders down. Good. And breathe here. We're just going to take a pause just in case anyone needed to go get a strap, right? So take your gaze down towards the feet and think about lining your cervical spine up with the rest of the spine. And so this way, when you inhale and you reach up through the crown of the head, you're lengthening the entire spine, right? So you want to draw your toes towards your shins as your gaze is lifted. And then as you exhale, we're going to point our toes and allow that to drag the arms forward, just stretching through the entire back body. And then just drop your chin to your chest. Good. And just breathe into that stretch. Breathe into the back body, expand it. Feel the body expanding with the inhale. As you exhale, relax and feel the contraction of the body as you breathe. Again, inhale. And exhale, really experiencing the breath here. One more, inhale. And exhale. Good, so let's flow in and out of this posture. So inhale, lift your gaze. Keep the spine, the cervical spine in line with the rest of the spine, and draw your toes towards your shin. Feel the stretch at the back of the leg. Exhale, point your toes, drop your chin. Inhale, lift the gaze, draw your toes towards your shin. Exhale, point your toes, drop your head. Inhale, lift, flex the feet. Exhale, chin to chest, point your toes. Inhale, lift your gaze, flex your feet, draw the toes back. Exhale, point your toes. Drop your chin. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. At this time, inhale, hold it there, flex your feet. Take your right hand, grab a hold of the outside of that left foot. You can bend the left elbow, left knee, not elbow. Bend the left knee and lift the foot up off the floor. Good. And then once you get there, once you lift that foot up off of the floor, you can start to straighten out the leg if you want, if it's there for you. If not, just keep a slight bend in the knee. And then take the left arm and just walk across that left wall and reach back towards the wall behind you. So I want you to think about pressing into your sits bones and lifting up through the crown of the head as you inhale. And then as you exhale, try to square your shoulders off to that wall in front of you that you're looking at. And then press out through that heel, maybe straighten out that leg. But sit up nice and tall and open up the shoulders and come into that twist. And think about twisting from your waist and then your rib cage and your chest and your shoulders. So work your way up nice and slow. And then breathe into the body. Just 3 breaths here. Inhale. Try to relax here. Try to relax into that flexed foot. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Relax into the body. And one more. Inhale. And now as you exhale, just slowly lower that left foot back down to the floor. Sweep that left arm around and grab a hold of the outside of the right foot and bend the knee. Lift the foot up off the floor. Right arm reaches back behind you. Sit up nice and tall, and then start to straighten out the leg if you can. Everyone has different levels of flexibility, so just work within your level of flexibility, and you'll open up nice and slow. Inhale, lift up through the crown of the head, so try not to force it. Walk that right arm back, square your shoulders off, sit up nice and tall, twist from the waist, then the rib cage, then the chest and the shoulders. Relax your gaze forward or keep your eyes closed and really visualize the body from the inside out. Flex the foot. That'll give you a little bit of space in the upper body, right? Releasing that left arm a little bit. Let the foot flex, let that stretch happen. Feel that in the outside of that thigh, the IT band, the calf, the hamstring. Breathe into it. Breathe into the shoulders, the rib cage. Inhale. And exhale. Just one more breath here. Make it a good one. Inhale, fill up the upper body. And exhale, lower down the right foot. And just slowly take that right hand, sweep it around. Grab a hold of the tops of the feet just one time. Flex your feet, lift your gaze. And as you exhale, point your toes, drop your chin to your chest. Stretch. Let that feel good. And then inhale, rise back up again. Good. Take your hands to the mat, sweep your legs around and come into tabletop position. And then again, just a quick cat and cow just to loosen everything up in the spine, in the pelvis. So tuck your tailbone under, lift the navel, lift the heart, drop the head. And as you inhale, lift your tailbone, relax your belly, slide your heart forward, lift your gaze. Exhale, round through the back body. Lift up the heart. Inhale, as you lift the tailbone, relax the belly, slide the heart forward. Good. Let's come into a neutral spine. And make sure you're pressing into your knuckles and the tips of your fingers. Spread your body weight throughout the entire hand. Good. And try not to dump down into those shoulders. So lift up out of the shoulders. Hug the shoulders away from your ears. Good. And then hug those upper arms in. Draw your navel to your spine. Think about closing off the front of your rib cage. And then take that right leg and extend it back behind you. So first press out through the heel and try to line that ankle up with your hip. And then press out through the ball mound under the big toe. Spread your toes out. So nice engaged right leg, really reaching back behind you. Close off the front of the rib cage, and then the left arm reaches forward. And try to always get that extended arm up at the same height as your ear. So your gaze is down at the floor, your neck is nice and long. Draw that shoulder into the shoulder girdle every time. And then as you exhale, lower down. Let's do the same thing on the other side, and then we'll flow from one side to the other. Lift the left leg, lift it up hip height. And make sure those toes and that knee is pointing down towards the floor, internally rotating that hip a little. Press out through the heel first, the bull mound, spread your toes out. Close off the front of the rib cage, feel your body lift just a little. And then the right arm reaches forward and get that right arm right up at the same height as your ear. So your gaze is down at the floor. And really reach through the right hand and press out through that left heel, left bull mound. Good. Exhale, lower down. And now let's flow. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Full breath. Exhale. Inhale. Let the breath lift you. Exhale. Let the exhale lower and soften. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Really fire up the hamstrings and the glutes to lift that leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left leg, right arm, really reach. Exhale, lower. Good. Now lift the right leg, left arm, and as you exhale, think about drawing your elbow to your knee, but think more about the rib cage to your hip bone. And then inhale, really extend and reach and lengthen. Okay? Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Good. Hold it here. Keep that leg lifted as high as your hip, that right leg. And now bend the knee and start to draw that heel towards your glute. Good. You can hold it here, or you can go further by taking that left arm and walking it across the room and just reach for the foot. Maybe you might not be able to grab the foot, but maybe you can grab the pinky edge of the foot. Let that left shoulder roll open the left side of the chest. You can keep your gaze to the left, or you can take your gaze forward, whichever you're more comfortable with. And then lift the knee, press the foot into the hand. Let the left shoulder open the left side of the chest. Keep lifting the knee to stretch the quadricep, the hip flexor, and the obliques. Feel that. Inhale and breathe. And keep moving through it. Keep pressing the foot and keep lifting the knee. And don't collapse into to whatever you're bracing yourself with. So lift up out of that right shoulder. Press into the left knee. Lift away from the floor. Good. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Release slowly with control. Lengthen the leg. Reach the left arm forward. Gaze down at the floor. And then release down to the floor into tabletop. Good. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Left leg extends back. Right arm reaches forward. As you exhale, elbow to knee, rib cage to hip bones. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale. Inhale, really use the hamstrings and the glutes to lift that leg. Good. Exhale. Inhale, press through, lengthen. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last time. Exhale, elbow to knee, rib cage to hip bone, and inhale, really reach and lengthen. Keep that leg lifted as high as your hip, and then start to bend the bend the knee, but don't lower the knee down, okay? That's the space that you need to possibly reach that foot. And then take that right hand, walk it across the room, reach back, maybe be able to grab a hold of the foot, maybe not, maybe next time, but press the foot into the hand if you have a hold of it. If not, keep the reach and keep that heel drawing towards your glute. Lift the knee, press the foot into the hand, breathe. Remember, take your gaze to where the neck is comfortable. Inhale, focus, lift away from the floor. So come out of that left shoulder, be strong and firm and grounded through that right knee, the top of that right foot. Good, inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale, lift the knee and exhale. Good. Release as you inhale. Control the movement. Exhale, lower down. Come back up into tabletop position. Rock your hips from right to left. Soften. Relax. Take your knees wide, about as little outside the shoulders. So imagine your knees are outside your shoulders. Big toes together. Drop your sits bones back towards your heels and allow your forehead to rest. Just let the head go. Let the head be heavy. Let the forearms relax. Let the shoulders relax. And breathe. Keep relaxing the torso between the thighs. Inhaling and exhaling deeper through your nose. Just settling into the breath again. Good. And then begin to engage that left forearm down the left palm and lift yourself up just a little. So lift the forehead up off the floor. And you can lift that left elbow and then take that right arm and sweep it up towards the sky. So open up, come into a nice little twist, and then take that right arm underneath the left, walk it across the floor, lower down onto that right shoulder, lower down the right side of your head. And then take that left hand and come onto the fingertips and extend that left arm towards the front of the mat. So walk the fingertips all the way up to the front of the mat. And then walk your fingertips now towards the wall behind you. So you'll feel that arm coming over that left ear, right? And you'll feel that left shoulder opening. You'll feel your chest facing that left wall. Keep the arm extended, keep high on the fingertips of the left hand and hold it there. So you can do that, or you can choose to relax and just let that forearm melt to the floor, that left arm, and just totally relax here and just open up the back of that right shoulder. So it's totally up to you. Always just listen to the body and what it needs. And if it doesn't serve you, just don't do it. Good, one more breath here, inhale. And exhale. Good. So walk that hand back, lower that left palm down, lift yourself up, sweep that right arm out and up towards the sky. And then take that right hand to the mat and do the same thing with the left. Left arm sweeps up. Take that left arm underneath your body all the way over to the right, lower down onto that shoulder. Good. Walk your fingertips up, fully extend that right arm, elbows lifted, and then walk the fingers towards the wall behind you. Start to feel the shoulder opening. Start to feel your chest facing that right wall, and then relax there. Relax your sits bones back towards your heels. Let the upper body be heavy onto that left shoulder. Breathe. Just breathe. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Good. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Lower down the right hand. Press down into it to lift yourself up. Take that left arm up towards the sky. And then take that left hand back to the mat. Good. Reach your arms all the way to the front of the mat. Look at your hands. Allow that middle finger to point towards the top corners of your mat. Spread your fingers out so that you have a V between each finger. Start to ground down and engage your hands into the mat. So your hand should be almost as wide as your mat. And you can readjust your hands when you arrive back up into downward facing dog. So just shift your body forward, lift yourself up, come forward, shoulders over your wrists, curl your toes under, and lift your knees up off the floor. And let's keep our knees bent a lot. And so the knees are bent, chins are almost parallel to the floor. Think about your hands, engage them into the mat. So the knuckle underneath your index finger, the knuckle underneath your thumb, press down strongly into those areas. And straighten out the arms, so really lengthen through the arms and then hug the upper arms in towards your head. Pull the shoulders away from your ears. Good. And now take your tailbone and turn it up towards the sky like you're pointing your tailbone at the ceiling above you. Good. Feel your chest sink even more towards your thighs. And then just let your heels melt down towards the mat. Hold it there. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. And if you feel uncomfortable here, soften the shoulders. Maybe keep a bend in the knee. But keep working on turning that tailbone up towards the sky. That will help to move the body weight into the legs a little bit more. Good. And always to check to see if you have the proper distance between your hands and your feet, just float yourself into plank. So let's float into plank. Once you arrive into plank, push your hands into the mat and lift your chest up and away from the floor. So keep lifting your heart up between your shoulder blades. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Close off the front of your rib cage. Turn your tailbone towards the back of the mat. Press your heels back. So that's the proper alignment for your plank position. Think about keep closing off the front of that rib cage and lifting your heart up into the back body. So ultimately resisting gravity. Gaze is down at the floor because your neck is nice and long. So reach the crown of your head forward. So pull the shoulders away from your ears. Right? Just drawing the shoulders into the shoulder girdle, protecting them. So feel as though you're stacking bone on top of bone. Right? The upper arm, the elbow to the wrist, the shoulder to the hips to the knees to the ankles. Press up through the heels. Feel that engagement. Lift the heart up into the back body, close off the front of the rib cage. Good. Now exhale, downward facing dog. Push back, go back. Widen through the back of your thighs. Arms are strong. Inhale, float forward into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Bend your knees a lot. Look between your hands. Exhale, empty out your breath. And maybe hop or walk up to the front of the mat. Maybe walk up for the first time. Forward fold. Top of the head points down towards the floor. Forward fold. Uttanasana. Good. Inhale, fingertips to the floor. Halfway lift. Reach the heart forward. Shoulders away from your ears. And as you exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Ground down through your feet. Sweep your arms out and up. And as you exhale, take your hands into prayer position at your heart center. Good. Let me just tilt this up a little bit. Good. So let's come into Tadasana. So bring your big toes together. Lift your toes up, spread your toes out nice and wide, and bring your arms down by your side with your palms facing forward. Arms by your side, palms facing forward. Good. And now feel every part of your foot grounding and rooting down. Okay. And now rock your body weight forward into the balls of your feet, into your toes, and then rock back into your heels. And then rock forward into your toes, and then back into your heels. Good. Roll over to the outer edges of your feet, lift up the inside edges. Lower down the inside edges of your feet and lift up the outside edges. Good. Lower down the feet, press down into your feet, spread your toes out nice and wide, lift up just your big toes. Lower down your big toes, lift up the four toes. Lower down all your toes, spread them out, create a nice big base for yourself. Good. Ground down through every part of your foot, lift up your arches. That'll help to engage your adductors, your inner thighs. Activate your quadriceps to lift your kneecaps. Turn your tailbone down towards the floor. And then draw the lower belly back, the navel back, the upper belly, close off the front of the rib cage. Reach your fingertips down towards the earth and lift the crown of the head to the sky. Lift the heart. Good. So now close your eyes. And imagine that you have a line down the center of your body. Engage all of your muscles towards that center line. Feel all of the muscles in your body just wrapping around the skeletal system. Good. Let's engage Mula Bandha. Mula Bandha is located between your tailbone and your sits bones. Engage it. So squeeze that muscle, tighten it up, and close off the energy. Good. Uddiyana Bandha is located right below the navel. Imagine that space, draw it towards the back body, and then lift it. Good. There's your powerhouse right there. So whenever you're having a hard time in a standing posture, engage Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. Fingertips reaching down towards the earth. Open up your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together a little bit. Good. Feel tall and strong like a mountain. Good. And now soften. Relax your knees. Inhale your arms out, shoulder height. Flip your palms up. Reach up. Straighten out your legs. Look up at your prayer. And then reach. And then walk the hands back. Come into a slight back bend. Push the hips forward. As you exhale, forward fold, leading with your heart as gracefully and as softly as you can. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to the floor. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, take your hands to the mat. Take 2 steps back into plank. Rock forward onto your toes. Let's modify a chaturanga. So lower down your knees, pull your shoulders away from your ears, hug the upper arms in, look forward, bend the elbows straight back, hug those upper arms into your rib cage. Slide your heart forward into cobra. Relax the lower body. Heart is reaching forward, shoulders are away from your ears, and then a slight bend in your elbows, and then take the skull back towards the back of the room. Lift your gaze. Relax your glutes. Good. Now roll over the tops of your toes and push back into downward facing dog. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Settle in. So always during this quiet time while I'm talking, always try to find that sweet spot in this posture where you can find comfort and steadiness in every posture you come into, until this feels like a resting posture, which it is. Good. Let's bring our big toes together. Let's lift the right leg high. And as you exhale, take your knee into your chest, take your right foot between your hands. If you can't get it up there, grab a hold of your right ankle with your right hand and bring it up. Good. And then step the left foot up at about a 45-degree angle. So those toes should be pointing at about 11 o'clock on the clock. The heel of your front foot should line up with the heel of your back foot. And then just look down at the floor. Reach the heart forward. Bend that right knee right over that right heel. Feel strong and grounded through both of your feet. Make sure you're rolling over into the outer edge of that back foot and not weighing down into the inside edge. Once you have that, ground down, reach your arms back, sweep the arms forward and up. The palms are facing one another. Internally rotate your pinkies. Reach up through the pinkies. Good. Grow tall, drop the shoulders down, hug that right femur bone into your right hip socket as you roll that left one forward. So think about taking the outside of this left thigh and wrapping around the top of your quadricep. As you hug that right femur bone in, that'll help to square off your hips. And then reach through the pinkies and take an inhale as you lift up through the heart, reach through the pinkies, walk the hands back and come into a slight back bend. Good. Hold it there. One single breath. Inhale. Exhale, just settle in and soften into the posture. Good. On this inhale, we're going to open out to the left and we're going to walk that back foot back and come into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Bend that front knee. Soften it. Let's straighten out the front knee for a second and just hug this left hip in and then bend that right knee right over that ankle. So you always want to take a gaze down at that right knee. Make sure it's pointing between the second and third toe. Arms are shoulder height, reaching through your fingertips. Good. Lift up through the crown of the head, relax your shoulders. Strong legs, ground down to the outer edge of that back foot. So think about that back foot and think about the inside arch part of the foot. And if you can imagine taking that energy, wrapping around the top of your foot and then pressing into that outer bone on the outside of your foot. Good. And then soften. So think about taking the hips straight down to the mat. Okay, let's help that happen. Flip your palms up, straighten out your front leg, reach your arms up and over your head, tap your fingertips together, and as you exhale, press your feet down and push them away. That'll free up your hips and drop the hips down. Send the hips straight down to the mat. Good. Inhale, rise. Good. Push your feet, press your feet down, push the feet away from one another as you lower down. Good. Inhale, rise. Exhale, press your feet down, push them away as you lower down, bend that knee, try to get that thigh parallel to the floor. Gaze over your middle finger, hold it there. So I want you to feel the difference when you press down into your feet. So press down into your feet and draw them together. See what happens. All of these muscles tighten up here, right? Relax the hips, relax your feet. Now press into your feet and push them away from one another. Feel the space, feel the openness, okay? That's what we want. Okay, rest the back hand down the back leg, flip your right palm up, walk it up and back. Exalted warrior. So keep the right side of the chest open, so draw that right shoulder back. Take your chin to your shoulder to protect your neck, look up, and then just slowly slide that hand down the back leg as you reach back. Back leg is super strong and engaged. Inhale. And exhale. So it only goes back as far as you're comfortable, but keep that bend in that front knee, don't pull out of it. Inhale. And exhale. Good. So windmill your arms back into your warrior two. Gaze over your middle finger. Good. And let's come into side angles. So take your forearm to the top of your right thigh. And then take your left arm. Look at that left hand back behind you and walk it up the back wall and across the ceiling. Take it over that left ear. And again, take your chin to your shoulder. Look up. Good. And breathe and reach. Good. Breathe. Keep that right hip hugging in underneath you. Good. Back leg is super strong. Press down into your feet. Good. Resist gravity. Lengthen through the outer edge of that back foot out through your fingertips. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Windmill your arms back up into your warrior two with control. Gaze over your middle finger. Come into your perfect warrior two. Good. And now windmill your arms. Frame your front foot. Pivot on the back foot and just lift up that right foot and shoot it back to meet the left. Come into plank. Rock forward onto your toes. Now, chaturanga, you can lower down your knees if you need to. If not, elbows bend, hug the side of the body, slide your heart through, relax the lower body, cobra. Slight bend in the elbows, heart's reaching forward. Draw the skull back, lift your gaze. Good. Curl your toes under, lift your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. And now just settle in here. Maybe rock your hips from side to side. And relax there. Good. Start to lift the tailbone. Lift the tailbone, stretching the back of the legs as you relax the heels. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Arms are strong, stacking bone on top of bone. Exhale. Walk your big toes together. As you inhale, lift your left leg. As you exhale, take your left foot between your hands. If you can't get it there, grab a hold of that ankle with that left hand. Back foot steps up, place it at a 45-degree angle, heel to heel. Those toes should be pointing at about 1 or 2 o'clock on the clock. Square yourself off to that front foot. Make sure you're grounding down to the outer edge of that back foot now. Feel grounded through all parts of your foot. And then reach your heart forward, lift your arms, reach them back, sweep them forward and up, Virabhadrasana 1. So rise up as you inhale, and then as you exhale, just settle in. Settle in. Maybe readjust your alignment, right? Hug that left femur bone into the left hip. Wrap the outside of that right thigh around the top of your quadricep. Feel your hips squaring off to the front of the room. Good. Lift the heart. Reach up through your pinkies. So pinkies are internally rotated. Reach up through the pinkies. Relax the shoulders. Look up. Soften into the front knee. Inhale. As you lift, exhale. Maybe walk your hands back a little bit towards the back of the room. Good. Inhale, come forward. And as you exhale, open out to the right this time. Walk that back foot back, bend that knee, settle in to the hips. So let's make sure we have our right hip plugged in, straighten out that left leg, hug the right hip in, hold it, bend the left knee. Good. Try to get that left knee aimed between the second and third toe. So sometimes just take a look down, make sure that that's aiming between the second and third toe. Reach your fingertips forward and back. Try to keep the arms up at the same height. Gaze over your middle finger softly. Good. And then let's relax those hips. So flip your palms up, straighten out the left leg. Take your fingertips up towards the sky, tap your fingertips together. And as you exhale, turn your palms out, bend the knee, send your hips straight down. Push the feet away. Inhale, rise. As you exhale, press your feet down, push them away as you lower your hips down. Good. Inhale, rise. Again, engaging the feet into the mat and pushing them away from one another as you bend that knee. Drop the hips straight down. Good. One more time. Inhale. I think I might have said that already, but good. And then exhale. Lower down, push the feet away. Good. Exalted warrior. Right hand down the back leg. Keep your legs right where they are. Just move the upper body. Left hand flips up. Take that arm, reach it up and back. Keep that arm right there alongside of your left ear. Take your chin to your shoulder. Look up. Good. Reach back. Let that right hand slide down that real active back leg, pressing strongly into that right foot. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, breathe into the left side of the rib cage. And as you exhale, take your forearm to the top of your left thigh, side angle, look back, take that right hand, walk it up the back wall, walk it across the ceiling, and then reach it out over that right ear. Good. Take your chin to your shoulder, look up, or you can always take your gaze down at your big toe on the floor. Good. Reach, lengthen, press into the outer edge of the back foot and lengthen. Stretch through the right side of the body. Really ground down through the outer edge of that back foot. Inhale. And exhale. Just one more breath here. Rotate the chest open towards the sky. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now ground down into the mat as you windmill your arms up, back into your warrior two. Gaze over your middle finger. Good. Inhale. And exhale, windmill your arms, frame your front foot, pivot on the back foot, and this time step the right foot up to meet the left and forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway left, and exhale, fold. Ground down through your feet, bend your knees, sweep your arms out and up and over your head, and stretch and lengthen, draw your skull back, look up at the prayer and stretch and reach, and as you exhale, take your prayer to your heart center. Good. So let's come into a balancing posture. So let's do tree pose. But what we're going to do is we're going to come from the propped kickstand variation to the foot to the calf and to the foot to the inner thigh. And we're going to move from one to the other. And this is just to keep the mind busy and to visit each one and know and feel the difference within the hips. So let's start out by shifting the body weight over into the left leg. So feel that. Feel now the body weight all on the left side of the body. And then take this left hip, plug it in, and then imagine that you can shoot the energy down into that left heel. So shoot it down. Just feel it moving down into that left heel. Hold on to that. Come onto the toes of the right foot with the right knee bent, and then externally rotate that right knee, pointing that right knee at that right wall. And feel that external rotation in this hip and hold it there. Both these hips stay just the way they are. Okay, and then prop the heel to the calf, and then take your hands in prayer position. And so zipper up the belly, draw the navel to the spine, and lift up through the heart and reach the crown of the head to the sky. So through the whole thing, feel as though I'm pulling the crown of your head to the sky, keeping that height. And keep these hips just the way they are, okay? Inhale. And as you exhale, just slide the foot up to the calf. Keep the hips the way they are. Good. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, release the right hand. Just grab a hold of that right foot. Take it up into the inner thigh. You can stay just the way you are if you want to. Inhale. Press the foot against the thigh against the foot. Turn that knee out. Keep that left hip plugged in. Lift up through the crown of the head. Inhale. And exhale. Focus. Drop out of the mind and into the body. Let everything go. Inhale. Exhale, release the foot with control. Let it slide down, but keep that knee pointing towards that right wall. Prop the toes. Take the heel to the inner calf. Good. Draw the knee back. Keep the left hip plugged in. Go back to your original alignment. Focus. Come out of the mind into the body. Focus. Let it all go. Nothing matters. No expectations. Good. Inhale. Exhale, slide the foot up to the calf. Once you get it there, press the calf against the foot against the calf. Rotate that right knee back towards the wall behind you. Keep that right hip pushing forward. Keep that left hip plugged in. Grow tall. Inhale. And exhale. Focus and concentrate. Don't think about it too much. Inhale. And exhale, maybe reach down, grab a hold of the foot, take it up into the inner thigh, press the two of them together, draw the knee back, keep that left hip plugged in, lift through the heart, inhale, and exhale, and inhale, And exhale. Good. Release that foot down. Take it to the floor. Shake out that left foot. Wiggle your toes around. But sometimes it just keeping the mind active instead of thinking about what you're doing. Because that's the biggest problem with our balance is the mind telling us stories about what we're doing. Oh, hold on, you can do it. Oh, do it. You can do it this time today. You can do it, right? Shift your body weight over into the right leg. Good. Hug that right hip in. Shoot the energy down. Now, if you feel like you're losing it, go over these alignments, right? Re-engage this right hip. Shift the body weight into that right leg. You should be able to stand like this forever, right? It shouldn't matter what we're doing, but keep the energy here, right into this right leg, right? So come onto the toes of the left foot with the left knee bent, and then turn that left knee so that you're pointing it at that left wall, and then just prop the heel. So just rest the foot there. The only thing that's active is this hip plugging in, this knee drawing back. So now the pelvis is stable, the hips are stable, and they're facing the front of the room, and that's what we want. Now, engage your core. Draw your navel back, close off the front of the rib cage, hands in prayer position, and then feel as though I'm pulling the crown of your head to the sky. Now, find your drishti. Focus. Focus. Drop out of the mind into the body. Nothing matters. And just breathe. Settle into the breath. The breath is the most important part of your practice. Just let your breath lead the way. Inhale. And as you exhale, just slowly slide that foot up to the calf. Turn the knee out. Make sure that knee's pointing towards that wall. Keep that right hip plugged in. Lift up. Inhale. And exhale. And yeah, you're wiggling around in that foot. That's okay. That's all those little muscles grabbing on to hold you up. Inhale. Exhale. Just release that left hand. Reach down, grab a hold of that left foot. Hug it up nice and tight. Press the foot against the inner thigh. Good. Or stay on the calf. Good. Rotate that knee out. Good. Engage that right hip. Draw that knee back. Inhale. And exhale. Lower the foot down. Prop it against the calf. See, on one side of the body, we may be better than on the other side, right? For me today, I'm having a hard time on this side for some reason. Maybe it's the atmosphere, right? So ground down. Hug this right hip in. Shoot the energy down. Draw the knee back, but never give up, right? Draw the navel back. Lift up. Focus. Concentrate. Settle. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Exhale, slide the foot up to the calf. Turn the knee out. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, slide the foot up into the inner thigh. Press the two together. Turn the knee out. Lift up nice and tall through the heart center. Crown of the head lifts. Inhale. And exhale. And slowly lower the foot down. Prop the toes. Turn the knee out. Hug that right hip in. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Take that left foot to the floor. Shake the right foot out. Good. And let's make our way down onto our mat. So come to the top of your mat and sit yourself down. Bend your knees. Sit yourself down onto the floor. You're good. And take a hold of the backs of your thighs, and we'll slowly lower ourselves down onto the mat. Nice and slow. And then let your knees come right up with you. So let the knees lift, feet up off the floor, and make big circles. Big circles with your knees. Good. And then go in the opposite direction. Just really loosening up, giving those hips a nice internal massage. Good. And then take your feet to the floor really close to your body, shoulder width apart. So we're going to come into bridge pose. You should be able to touch the outsides of your feet with your fingertips. Make sure that your feet are facing forward. And then arms are alongside of your body. Draw your shoulder blades together, tuck them in and under. Tack the shoulders back. Back of your arms are down onto the mat, but bend your elbows and your palms are facing one another, and really engage your hands and your fingers. So press the backs of the arms back, elbows are bent, palms are facing one another, fingertips are pointing towards the sky. Now, as you press into your feet, press into the shoulders, the backs of your arms, and lift your hips and send your knees forward. Bridge pose. Good. Make sure the back of the neck is nice and long, and just don't turn your head from side to side here. Keep the head directly straight ahead up the ceiling. Good. Lift the heart. Tuck your shoulder blades in a little bit more. Press down into the backs of your arms. Lift your hips. Press down into your feet. Lift your hips. Good. Now take your hands and lower them down onto the mat, and then take them underneath the body and interlace your fingers together. And then press the backs of your arms down, tuck those shoulder blades in again, press the outer edges of your palms down, lift your hips. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Keep the feet engaged, the heels, the ball mound, the toes. Lift your hips. You'd be surprised how much more you can lift those hips, really engaging the back body. One more breath here. Inhale. Good job. And as you exhale, release your hands and slowly lower yourself down one vertebrae at a time, feeling each and every vertebrae lowering down at the same time. Good. Not at the same time, individually. Take your arms out to the side like airplane wings, palms facing down. Draw your knees in, lift up the lower back. And as you exhale, so draw your knees into your chest. We're going to come into a spinal twist. Good. Draw your knees in, arms out to the side like airplane wings. And then as you exhale, drop your knees over to the right. Take your gaze over your left hand. And then once you arrive there, just relax the body. If your left shoulder is lifted, lift the right shoulder. The left shoulder will come down. Good. Really take your gaze towards that left hand, wringing out the spine. Cervical spine going in complete opposite direction than your sacrum. Breathe into the spine. Let that feel really good. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Relax everything. One more. Inhale. Exhale, let everything go. Good. Hug your knees in. Slowly come to your back. Good. Take an inhale here. Just pause there for a moment. And as you exhale, drop your knees over to the left. Relax the body. Let it go. Take your gaze over your right hand. And then breathe into that twist. Relax the shoulder down. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Let it go. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, relax the body. Hug the knees in. Slowly roll yourself back onto your mat. Take your feet to the floor. Just keep your arms right where they are and flip your palms up. And then walk your feet out in front of you. And allow the legs to be even wide and allow the feet to just fall away. Hug your shoulder blades underneath you. Gaze is up at the sky. Close your eyes and begin to connect to your breath. And filling up your belly as you inhale and emptying out the belly as you exhale. So think of this as a diaphragmatic breath, lifting and lowering the diaphragm, gently massaging the vagus nerve, calming and relaxing the parasympathetic nervous system and all of the muscles in your body. Breathe. Breathe into the belly and relax all of the bones in your body. Relax and let go. Relax and let go. Relax your muscles, relax your flesh, and relax your skin. Relax and let go. Relax your scalp, relax your skull, and relax your brain. Relax and let go. Relax and let go. Relax your forehead and the space between your eyebrows. Relax and and let go. Relax your eyes and allow your eyes to melt inside of your head. Relax and let go. Relax your cheekbones and relax your jaw. Separating your bottom teeth from your top teeth. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax all of the muscles in your face. Relax your neck and your throat. Relax and let go. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms, your hands and your fingers. Relax and let go. Relax and let go. Relax your chest and your rib cage. Relax your waist and your hips. Relax and let go. Relax and let go. Relax your thighs and your knees. Relax your calves and your ankles. Relax and let go. Relax and let go. Relax your feet and relax your toes. Relax and let go. Relax the entire body. Relax and let go. Let's begin to gently bring our awareness back into this room, back into this moment. And start to wiggle your fingers and your toes and softly awaken the body. And on your next inhale, reach your arms up over your head, reach your fingertips towards the wall behind you, your toes towards the wall in front of you. Give yourself a full body stretch. And as you exhale, roll yourself over onto your right side in fetal position. And then whenever you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, holding on to the relaxation that you've created, press your left palm into your mat and bring yourself up into a nice, easy seat, growing nice and tall in the spine, hands in prayer position at your heart center. Let's join our voices for one single chant of Om to close the class. And remember that chanting the sound of Om is a way for you to raise your own personal vibration. Take a nice deep inhale. Your prayer at your third eye. Loka samusta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings live truly free and happy. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace, peace, peace. That was a wonderful practice, and I hope you have a beautiful day. With much love and gratitude, namaste.